We're here today at Grosvenor House in London in the very posh and beautiful ballroom where they're setting up an event that our guest here is going to be hosting tonight, actually. And our guest today is Jamie Lester. Thank you for being with us.
Nice meeting you.
So we know Jamie obviously from Series 6 of The Apprentice. He's also a businessman, having led some property businesses in his younger days, and he's still really interested in sort of supporting entrepreneurship, and we'll hear all about it right now. So you're coming along to our business startup show.
Absolutely, yeah.
Excellent
Not
news.
my first time either.
No, tell us about that, actually.
Well, when I was 24, I started my own business, and I would have gone anyway, but my offices were in Hammersmith. You were exhibiting in Kensington, so I went along, and all the support I needed as a new business, everything from building websites, how to exhibit, finance, everything you need for a business was all under one roof.
Yeah.
So I went there just to absorb all the information and used a few companies from it as well.
And can I just add that we haven't paid you for this?
No, genuinely, it was about 5 years ago, but I was there and I went after as well. And it assisted in my business. It's if you're looking to start a business, rather than going all over the country to find the services, it's all under one roof. So I found that very useful.
Excellent. And now you're coming back to.
Well, now I've appeared. Yeah, and I've appeared on The Apprentice. It's it's put my name out there, and I very much. I don't know what to say. I very much am an advocate of people starting their own businesses. However, they've really got to think long and hard about what's their unique selling points. What reasons are they doing it for? Because a lot of business go under, within the first 12 months. To understand your industry is absolutely paramount. So I'm going to go along and talk about, sort of taking the plunge, which is a huge step in itself, as well as offer, now I'm sort of helping a firm called the Ideas Factory. I'm a consultant for them, and essentially they find funding for new companies or relatively young companies.
Okay. So very relevant, obviously, for our startup.
Absolutely, it's nice to be on both sides. I've now seen both sides of the coin. Being essentially a consumer, shopping around, looking for different services, and now I can offer a service where if a company is looking for funding, they have a business plan, they don't know where to go, they can come to me, and I'll be able to help them.
Tell us about your first business. What were you actually offering?
Well, my first business was a business that I knew very well. I'd been in it since I was 16 years old, and that was the property industry. Yeah. Hence why I'm hosting the Property Professional show tonight.
Okay.
I started at 16. I was a junior. I didn't even have a driving license. £3,500 a year, and I worked very hard. And from junior, I became a negotiator. From negotiator, I didn't actually become anything senior than that because a recruitment company plucked me from that industry into recruitment for the property industry.
Okay.
And as soon as that happened, and I was earning very, very well, I managed to buy my first flat, and then I bought my second flat, and I personally started developing them, gutting them, putting them back to its original state, to be able to rent them. And I had the property bug still inside me, so property recruitment only lasted about 4 years for me, where I really wanted to get back into the property game, and where I was doing a lot of property investment, advising property investment, and selling property overseas. And at 24, I realised I was earning my companies copious amounts of money, and actually I was doing most of the work. So I decided, right, I'll do it myself, and that's when you start a business. The biggest step is most of the time you throw away your regular salary, your comfort blanket. I was being paid very well, and I turned around to my boss and essentially said, here's my notice, keep your £60,000 a year, I'm going to go and do it by myself. Doesn't pay anything unless you, in my particular case, sell property.
Sure.
At the time, I had a very posh sports car. I had 2 mortgages. I had other commitments and a nice lifestyle. And I didn't want to have to adjust to any of those. And, worst case scenario, I could have sold my car, but I never looked back. I never sold the car. I never had to adjust my lifestyle, and things just went better and better and better.
Yeah, excellent. So for people who are starting up, what would you say, perhaps if someone came to you for advice and they were in that position that you were in, going, oh gosh, I'm loving my lifestyle, I'm loving the paychecks, not loving keeping my boss, my boss's children in boarding schools.
Absolutely,
sort of What word of advice would you give them to?
Courage. They need a lot of courage, and they've also got to think long and hard about why they're doing this and what they want from it. Now, I'll give you an example. If someone's earning £60,000 a year for a company, it's a very handsome sum of money. You're going to have a nice lifestyle. But the company that you're working for is earning 3 times, 4, 5 times that after their overheads. Depends what company you're talking about. So if you're going to start your company and earn £60,000 a year from that, then it's questionable if you should do it. You want to be earning 3 times that to really make it worth your while, twice that. It's not going to happen straight away either. So you've really got to think about how you're going to get to earn more than £60,000 a year, because it's going to come with a lot of hassle, and ultimately the buck stops at you. And if you're ready, you feel confident to be able to earn in the initial stages maybe nothing, but you can see that the long-term plan is you're going to build a very good, profitable company, and you're, as the owner, you'll build a company, maybe even an empire, to earn much more than that. Then but you need courage, because essentially when you hand in your notice, the salary stops, but your commitments continue.
Your business, you were saying a little bit earlier, went through the recession, was hit by it.
Very hard, yeah.
How is that when you decided to apply for The Apprentice?
Yeah, the business was hit very, very hard. I decided, in my opinion, I thought it was a very shrewd move. I didn't know how deep the black hole was. I wasn't 100% happy, so I thought, I'm going to draw the line, take my money out. The company never started with debt. I put the money in to start up the business, about £25,000, and from that we never had to borrow any money. So we paid our final invoices off. I drew a line under the company and moved on. That is life, and I'm very proud to say, that I've had a business. I'm very proud to say that, we've gone through problems, and I'm very proud to say that I've ended it on a good note, because if you're not making mistakes, you're not going to be trying hard enough. You see, the other option is I could have never had the business, and I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you about it now. And at 24 and before the age of 30, I have a wealth of knowledge that not only have I learned from, but I can pass this on to other people. And hopefully, we never go through a recession like this again. It was horrendous. Touch wood, exactly. But we've got to be prepared, and I would do a whole host of things differently if I did it again.
Your next 5-year plan? What will we be seeing Jamie Lester doing?
Well, my next 5-year plan, I've got all this property experience, which I love to use. The company I'm consulting for will help funding small businesses, so I'm going to be getting involved with some of those as well. But the next 5 years, I've just turned. I see my 20s as brilliant. The end of my 20s were tough, but then I entered The Apprentice, and I think I finished that on a high. And I've just turned 30, so actually it's my 10-year plan, because my 30s I'm going to get my head down, I'm going to work very hard, and I want to beat my 20s.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, I hope that we all come along and see Jamie speaking at the show. I'm certainly looking forward to it, and thank you very much for your time. I hope it all goes well tonight.
Thank you very much. Lovely
Great.
meeting you.
Cheers.
Cheers.